Very interesting year of 2025 thus far, and we're only like 2 weeks into this. Welcome to HBRV Lifestyle, the podcast. I'm the host, the Honey Badger, here to give it to you straight and transparent about the RV business, as well as other things. Lots to get to today. I'm actually very excited about a few things today. First off, I want to make it perfectly clear that even though I get upset with the propaganda media that is the RV industry, there are some things that you get from them that actually are beneficial and educational. And one of them today was an article released yesterday. Good morning, Steve. The article released yesterday, good morning, Paula, was the EPA, the Federal Environmental Protection Agency, has basically told California to go pound sand. They're not going to approve a ban on diesel motors. I'm going to repeat that again. The federal government, the Federal Environmental Protection Agency, which is still, as of today, under the Joe Biden administration, still under Democratic control, has told California, go pound sand when it comes to basically banning diesel motors. So, the deadline of 2035, 2036 is not going to happen. So everybody take a deep breath. It's not going to happen in New York. It's not going to happen in New Jersey. This is exactly what I said was going to play out. And now with Trump going into office, it's only going to make it better on that front. First off, I drive an electric vehicle. It's a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the butt to charge it. It's a pain in the butt to use it as a daily driver. It's insane what it takes. Today it's 32 degrees outside in Northern California, and my battery power for this car got decreased immensely. So when I shut off the car last night, I had a 164 mile range. I started it this morning, it's 71 miles. It got cut by more than half because of cold weather, because of weather conditions. We're not ready. And 10 years is not going to make a difference. Period. End of report. So this is basically shoving a big red boot up the CARB's butt. And whatever happens in California generally trickles down to other states. So the New York, not going to motorhome. So your motorhomes, your new and used motorhomes are safe. You can buy them. You can sell them. This is everything I've been talking about. All the lies, all the BS for clickbait, all the BS of trying to get views. And it's still going on today. The Environmental Protection Agency now is going to fall under the Trump administration. It already under the Biden administration has said that banning diesel motors is not going to happen. It's 32 degrees. So, Fahrenheit. So the reality is that this is a very positive thing for the motorhome industry. This is the reason why I did all those videos yelling and screaming at the top of my lungs that the motorhome sales ban was bullshit. Because federal law supersedes state law. I'm going to repeat that again. In the United States of America, federal law supersedes state law. Perfect example is marijuana. Marijuana is legal in some states. But if the federal law enforcement agencies decided to, they could raid every single one of these smoke shops and arrest everybody and shut down the marijuana business like that. Because it is still illegal federally. Now, are they going to do it? Probably not. But in this case, this is different. This affects people's livelihoods. This affects our ability to transport goods from the West Coast to central United States. But is it okay to make electric motorhomes? Yeah. Is it okay to continue to innovate electric vehicles? Absolutely. Is it okay if people voluntarily sign up to do zero emission vehicles because they feel it's their moral obligation? Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. Should it be shoved down all our throats? No. And that's where this is going to stop. This is why the motorhome sales ban doesn't exist and will never exist in any state as long as we are the United States of America. That being said, let me give a big shout out to Jason at RV Miles. Jason and his wife, or life partner, I'm not 100% accurate on that, have been in creation with Forest River Saber, which is personally one of my favorite fifth wheels, and created a really, I'm not going to say it's completely unique, but a really cool looking floor plan that's being unveiled at the Tampa Bay show. By the way, Mike Adams, if you're in here, I want video of that thing. Anybody that's at the Tampa show, go find that thing and video it for me. Email it to me. The reason why I say congratulations to him for it is because it's got to feel good to have your fingerprints on something, especially when you've been in the industry on the social media side for as long as he has, as long as they both have. I think that's pretty awesome. You know, and one thing I want to tell you guys, that the reason why when something occurs, I'd rather listen to Jason over at RV Miles than anybody else is because Jason is very forthcoming that he is a brand ambassador of Forest River Saber. He's not shy about it. He doesn't try to work around it. He doesn't, if there's problems or issues in the industry, he might take a lot more politically correct stance than I would, but he's not afraid to talk about it. A lot of these folks on the internet are so afraid that they're going to offend a manufacturer and lose their brand deal. You got to respect a guy that he cares, but he don't care if people at Saber get mad at him because something went wrong with his Saber. He's going to do the right thing. Okay. So I think that culminates for him and his family. I think that culminates into something that's really special. And, you know, congratulations. I mean, I haven't seen it in person. Maybe I'll see it in person down here in, one of the shows on the West Coast. Probably not. But, I mean, the floor plan looks pretty cool. Hello. The floor plan looks pretty awesome, actually. I'm actually, it's kind of a hybrid of a man cave. You know, so Riverstone came out the 442 MC, and it's similar to that, but just a little different. Time for my egg sausage muffin. The other thing I really want to talk about today is TikTok. Mm. I feel bad for a lot of TikTok creators today. So many Americans are trying to find another app to go to. So I signed up for RedNote. And RedNote is very interesting because I found out, I've had to use Google Translate and stuff, but I found out through a lot of the Chinese citizens that follow me on RedNote that they RV too. They RV a little differently than we do, but RVing is a worldwide phenomenon. It's not just something exclusive to the United States and Canada. It's different in other states as far as what they can and can't build, what they can and can't tow or drive, but it's very similar. Okay, so in China, a lot of them use camper shell, kind of like a truck camper, where they slide on the back of a truck and they go up to the mountains and go fishing. There's a lot of them who use like Sprinter van conversions. Same thing we do here in the United States. So there's a lot of really interesting stuff that the Chinese citizens actually do. And I'm being sent, they keep sending me picture after picture of just the beautiful nature. They are in love with nature. They love fishing. They love camping. They are a lot like us in how we deal with things. The Russian community, same thing. Now, Russia, I can already tell because on my main channel, on the main channel, HBRV Lifestyle, probably 15, 20,000 views I get a month come from some part of Russia or a Russian-speaking country. So it's a worldwide phenomenon. It's nothing that's exclusive to America. Even though every country and every region of the world does it a little differently, it's amazing. TikTok creators on Saturday night probably are going to be extremely disappointed that our senators, our federal government, would rather see all of us go to a Chinese government-controlled app than to keep TikTok. It's good, Carter Patrick. How you doing? Isn't that sad? Isn't it pathetic? It just shows you that it's not about data. It just shows you that it's not about national security. If it was about national security, then they would have included every app that's owned by the Chinese Communist Party. There's 4 apps besides TikTok that are directly controlled by the CCP. There's no company in between, like ByteDance. There's no separate CEO for TikTok of America. The ban of TikTok is about money. The banning of TikTok is about TikTok Shop. Nothing more, nothing less. And I'll debate any senator that's on the Senate floor today. I'll go live inside the Senate chambers and I will challenge you to prove me wrong. But you better bring your statements that show you don't have any stock in Amazon, you don't have any stock in Shopify, you don't have any stock in Walmart, you don't have any stock in Target. Oh, wait. Every single senator, Democrat or Republican, that voted for the TikTok ban have stock in all those companies. And those companies want TikTok gone because of TikTok Shop. Now, why do they want TikTok Shop gone? They want TikTok Shop gone because it grew fast. And it pretty much cuts out. So if you go online, you go to Amazon, okay, and you're going to buy an LED light board, you know, those little writing light boards. It'll cost you $24, $25, $26 for a cheapy version of it. You go on TikTok Shop, you can buy it for $6. So it cuts out. So TikTok Shop is pretty much been the ability for companies all over the world, United States, Canada, China, Taiwan, everywhere, to put their product on TikTok Shop and cut out the middleman. TikTok takes a smaller percentage. The creator fund pays better than Amazon affiliate program. Pays better than Shopify. So creators went to TikTok and treated it like Amway or Tupperware back in the day and sold products and made really good living. There's a young lady I was reading off what she was making per month. She was averaging $7,000 a month as a student selling products on TikTok. You can't do that with Amazon. So the reality is it's competition that Amazon, Target, Walmart, JCPenney, Kohl's don't want. It cuts into their bottom line. Because if this was about national security and about data collecting, then they would have included in the language of that bill to eliminate all adversarial apps. And Red Note has a censorship by the Communist Party, the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. So every time you post a video on that website, on that app, it goes through a censorship program. It goes through a group of censors that watch it before it gets posted on the app. TikTok doesn't have that. So why is Red Note not as dangerous as TikTok? Has nothing to do with data. Has nothing to do with national security. Has to do with money. And the guys that figured out that the American public ain't going to care, they want to reverse it or extend it, whatever the case may be. And then you got ridiculous senators from Arkansas who's got stock in every single major company worth millions of dollars. His portfolio has crashed over the last 4 years. He's lost monetary value of his rich self and his big mansion in Arkansas. He wants to come on and tell lies. He should be impeached. We need a new senator of Arkansas. It can be a Republican. It don't matter to me. We had another senator from Nebraska. He needs to be taken. He needs to be fired. New senator in Nebraska, please. You guys are idiots. You guys are morons. And you guys think we're stupid. We're not stupid. We're not idiots. We knew what this was about. It's not about free speech. Nothing to do with free speech. Has nothing to do with our First Amendment. Has to do with money. Has to do with control. Has to do with Jeff Bezos. Has to do with everybody that controls a company like Amazon. So just think about that. The other thing very interesting is when you start talking to some of these folks in China about camping and about RVing in general, the way they look at things is very different. So when they're looking to go on a fishing trip or a camping trip, and they're going to go into like what we call a truck camper or a Class B motorhome, a van conversion, or whatever they're going to use, they use such a unique way of getting their RV ready for camping. Like literally, when you watch them pack their RV full of all their camping gear, and their camping gear is a little different than ours. The way they do things is very different, but it's also very similar. They get more stuff into a Class B motorhome, one of those Mercedes van conversions, than I've ever seen anybody in the United States or Canada do. They have, like, they pack a Class B motorhome like you would pack a suitcase, a large suitcase that you're trying to get as much stuff in as possible without giving away that there's a lot of stuff in there. It's craziness. And then RVing for people in Singapore and, you know, the Hong Kong area is different than mainland China, like Shanghai. Very different. The pictures that they send me, it's like, and then they'll like send me videos, and the videos, it's like, wait a minute, how did you get that much crap into that small RV? How did you do that? And just the techniques and the technology. Hey, Larry, it's just a different world. Totally different world. I know Japan's different because I've seen, you know, I've got people from Japan that follow me on the main YouTube channel. So I've gotten emails from people in Tokyo and Hiroshima area, all that stuff. They send me pictures of how they RV. And they RV differently than we do too, but it's more similar than how China does it, and Singapore and different Asian countries. I was going through my TikTok over the weekend, or over this week, I should say, and the weekend, last weekend. I was downloading videos that I had done like 2-3 years ago. And TikTok taught me a lot. Taught me a lot about how to be a better creator, what actually works, what people actually want to watch, what people don't want to watch. Because on TikTok, guys, there's more interaction. And the algorithm puts the content in front of people that actually are going to watch it. Unlike YouTube. This platform is more about how much money creators can make for YouTube than it is how can YouTube make you a better creator. TikTok was the opposite. I mean, that's a reality. I would not have this podcast where it is if it wasn't for TikTok. I wouldn't have the main channel growing like it is without TikTok. I'm going to miss it. It's upsetting me. And every day it gets closer to the ban, the more I'm just like, bleh. Like, what the hell? How did it get this far? How did it get this far? No, Steve. Oh, I know I'll survive it, Samia. It wasn't about survival. It was more about nostalgia. Like, it's like when you find something that works and then it just goes to hell. Kind of. I don't think I'll get more followers here, Steve. I think, I don't know what will happen. Oops. Sorry about that, CJ. I don't know, Steve. I really don't know if followers will come here or not. I don't think so. I think TikTok, no, people who have TikTok know that YouTube sucks when it comes to the algorithm. And people are pissed at Meta and Google and YouTube for basically, they blame them for pushing TikTok out. So I don't think so. I don't really have free time anymore. My free time is mostly spent video editing. Well, I will say this. I do like YouTube in the fact that YouTube has more consistency, money-wise, and a little more user-friendly. My favorite food right now is egg sausage McMuffins. Egg sausage McMuffin from McDonald's. Exactly, Brian. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I don't like about YouTube is it doesn't put my content in front of RV channels. Because it's going to go to the bread and butter that makes some money. It's not going to test my stuff with a bigger audience fast like TikTok does. It was just different. Instagram's the worst. So if I had to rank them on how, because I've been a creator now for what, 4 years, almost 4 years, 3.5 years. So in July, it'll be 4 years. I've been doing this since July 2020. Yeah, since July 2020, right? So I'll rank them because I've used all of them, right? So I'd go number 1, TikTok is the best for creators. Then YouTube, number 2. And the reason why I give YouTube number 2 instead of going lower is because they pay better. And when you do get a video that they'll place in front of people, it just keeps going and going and going. The difference between TikTok and YouTube in that respect is YouTube, I had a video that went super viral, as they call it. That was one of my RV industry update videos. It's now 13 months old and it's still getting 2,000 views a month. So the information is not even relevant anymore, and it's still getting 2,000 views a month. So once it just keeps on going once it has it. TikTok is the opposite. It goes for about 30 days and then it's done. Now, off and on, I'll see stuff be viewed that's older, but that's because people are scrolling through my page or something I've pinned. So TikTok number 1, YouTube number 2. If I had to go to a number 3, it would probably be Snapchat. I've used Snapchat now for 2.5 years, and it's very consistent and easy to use. Your followers don't matter on Snapchat. What matters is they look at if you have a 1-minute video, if they're watching more than 25% of that video overall, then they go and they go and they go. And they'll take a video that you did 1.5 years ago and they'll still keep pushing on the platform as long as that initial push was over 25%. A lot like YouTube, kind of a hybrid. The downside to Snapchat is there's not a lot of RVers on Snapchat. If I had to go number four would be Rumble. But Rumble doesn't have an algorithm that actually allows you to discover things. Rumble is all search-based content. But it's very user-friendly and very creator-friendly, useful. Oh yeah, they'll find me. I've already saw my Rumble account start growing. Like I started at like 22 followers. I'm already at like 37, 38. So people are starting to find me in different places. If I had to go after that, it's just a mix of BS. But the worst apps out there is Instagram. Horrible for creators. If you don't have a big chest and a big booty and shaking it in a bikini, you got no chance. No chance at Instagram. Unless you pay for things. And Twitter X is worse. Horrible. But 2025 has been a decent start to things. Outside, I mean, there's never going to be the perfect year. But it sure has started out really good. It started out good because I hit 15,000 subscribers on the main channel. I'm probably going to hit 400,000 views on the main channel, which is a record, and a record in January, nonetheless. So that's a good start. Now, a lot of it is short form content, but I'm going to break a record for long form content too. I found see, this is where TikTok really helped me out, is I found the balance between short form and long form. And I found out that all the people that talk about YouTube Shorts having to be a separate thing than regular YouTube videos are not accurate with that information. If I was going to start over today, brand new RV channel, if I was going to start over today, I would do 3 short form videos a day and 1 long form video a day. And that's how I'd grow. And I'd post them all to the same channel. Because what I have found is when people watch shorts, they'll go to your homepage. Now, the analytics won't tell you this, but one guy told me in an email that he found me through like a little 20-second video I did on a travel trailer, went to my homepage, and now he watches both. About 15% of my viewers watch both short form and long form content. No, I don't do dances. So I'm at a good place right now. I'm in a very good place where I've kind of found the balance. But it doesn't mean it's not upsetting. It's very upsetting. And it's not fun. But in the end, we got to move on. You know, I would have never found this thing called Red Note if TikTok didn't get banned. I would have never found out about how a lot of Chinese speaking and Mandarin speaking countries how they RV. I never found out that they have trout fishing a lot like we have here in the United States and Canada. So there's a lot of positives out of it. It's just, you feel like you worked so bloody hard and you were like, I was this close to devoting more resources of mine and more attention of mine to TikTok because I got to 57,000 followers. Not to devote all my time, but just devote more resources. I was thinking about getting rid of Snapchat. And I was thinking about getting rid of some of the other smaller apps out there. And just focus on YouTube, TikTok, and Rumble, and that's it. And then when the ban started over a year ago and the clock started, I decided not to. Just reflecting. I'm sad, but I'm not pissed. I know I'll make it. I know I'll make it on other platforms. I'm not worried about that part of it. Fuck, man. As human beings, we make some stupid decisions. We make some real dumb decisions. I keep hearing, oh, Trump's going to save it. Trump's going to save it. Trump can't save it. You know, Brian, I think I'll be fine. But still, no, I wasn't a Kamala voter. Yes. I've been trying. Believe me, I've emailed them. I've commented them, hey man, you should make me a spokesperson for McDonald's coffee because I have it every morning. No, I was not a Kamala voter. I was a Bobby Kennedy voter. I don't like politics and I don't like political parties. I like independent candidates. I think political parties are just horse manure. But I understand why you think that. Look, I don't have a preference for a political party, but there's got to be common sense at some point. And the two Republican senators that stood up yesterday and decided to deny a call to the floor to extend the TikTok deadline, they're idiots. They sound like morons. They sound like idiots. I don't care if they were a Democrat or Republican. They sound like idiots. It just so happens to be they're Republicans, and they sound like a bunch of morons. They sound like you guys, if any of you remember this, remember Charlie Brown, all the Snoopy cartoons, and you hear the adults when they talk, you hear wah, 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 wah. That's all you heard from these two morons, is it sound like two Charlie Brown parents talking to each other. Wah, 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 wah. Nonsense, 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 lie, 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 nonsense, 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 nonsense. It's like, can we get a new senator? No, I don't. I think it's all about money. So go look at the guy from Arkansas. Go look him up. He publicly has to put all his trades on. Guarantee you. Because I looked it up last night. He's got stock in Amazon. He's got stock in Meta. He's got stock in all the companies that are American companies that don't want TikTok to exist. Wow, red flag. I guess he can stay partial. That's the other thing I don't like is I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. You and your family should have zero access to buying stock. When you serve public office, you should never have an ability to trade stock. Period. It makes you biased. So, time check, 8:40 a.m. It's time for me to go to work. See you guys tomorrow.